That worked. Please, if you're here, let me know by dropping a comment. I had a couple of little pop-ups happen, so I went, oh no, what did I do wrong? This was the first time that I've actually um, set up the live stream in my software. And so I could see that it's there, and I can't even double check my phone, which I should actually make sure is on silent. To ensure that things are working the way they're supposed to. So, good morning. Hello, Jamie. So nice to see you here. I'm excited. You know how funny it is when you start to go live and then you're like, is anyone even going to show up? I think I say that every time. I hope you are doing well. And we did a lot, or I say we, I did a live last Thursday doing the same project, which is the village quilt. And hey, Danelle. Oh, hi, Debbie. And I finally got all of my cameras situated and set up properly. So I think I'm probably going to be asking a few times if people need another recap of how to make this black, or if you're not even working on this, just let me know. We'd all love to hear what you're working on. I know there are just so many people working on block of the months right now, and using this time just to catch up. So I am actually unsewing a little bit. If you were here last Thursday, you might remember that I actually had a couple of flying geese that I had just done wrong. They were in the bin, at the bottom of the bin, and I found them and I thought, oh, this is great. And then I looked at the seam allowances and I had lined it up incorrectly. So I like the fabric enough that it's worth it to unsew it. Oh, hello, Robin. I'm so glad that you're with us this morning. And hi, Terry. You know what's really nice? It's really nice to finally be getting to know everyone. It's just so great. I dropped a video yesterday. I was really hoping to get it done for Tuesday, but it just didn't happen. And so if you haven't seen that one, I did the Skylight quilt, which I'm just going to get in the right way. The Skylight quilt from My Fabric Addiction does a quilt kit. And so I made this quilt and talked about my experience of doing a pre-cut quilt kit and how much I enjoyed it. And that dropped yesterday, and the comments have been so good. So good. It was just, it's nice. I shared some of my recent, autoimmune rheumatoid arthritis medication things, and at the end, and lots of people have chimed in. Goodness, so let's see. Hello, Kathy Klein from Decatur, Illinois. I used to live in Illinois too. I lived in Naperville. My oldest still lives in Downers Grove. Wow, my brain just went, whew, bye-bye. Lives in Downers Grove with her husband. Yvette says, I'm working right now and listening in the background. Love Stitchy Talk. Me too. Hello, Marie. Oh, you're in Denver. I'm just going to keep going. Oh, I used to live there. I used to live there. I lived in Golden for, let's see, 4 years. And then I lived in Lakewood in the Belmar area. Oh gosh, I loved living there. I loved both of those places. It was so nice. I still miss the mountain ranges in the background. Let's see. Yes, it's so nice that everyone is just catching up. I also just want to give a shout out to Debbie Brown. First of all, Debbie luckily messaged Terry, who messaged me last night, to remind me that I had a live today, because I completely forgot. And I meant to check, and then I didn't. And for some reason, I was thinking that I had picked the second Thursday of the month to go live in the morning, but I think I had originally done that and then changed my mind. So I just thought, oh, it'll be better if I just do it the first of the month. And, and oh, I didn't know you were in Michigan, Danelle. That's great. And so thank you, both of you, for having my back and reminding me that we had this scheduled this morning. Of course, I also scheduled picking up groceries this morning around the same time. So luckily, the groceries can wait. You cannot. And besides, it's always nice to have just a date with my sewing machine first thing in the morning, you know? You know? All right, so years ago, I saw, yes, Belmar's, I loved it. Debbie says I had a long travel day yesterday, so I'm just getting my tea and getting started today. Ugh, and thank you, Terry. Years ago, I saw this little clip about the way that you hold your seam ripper, and that you're supposed to hold it this way, and then you can slide it in between, and just slide it along. And so I've been practicing with that lately, especially in places where I don't necessarily worry about if I catch it wrong. And it's been working really well. I like it. It goes a little bit faster. This one's a little tricky because I've got the, I didn't trim off the pinked edge, so that's getting a little bit in my craw, but that's okay. But bam, so good. I like that way to do it. And was I saying anything else? I feel like I was. So I'm going to go back to the video dropped yesterday, and I mentioned some of my medical stuff. And I made a huge boo-boo. Huge boo-boo. I started a new medication for my rheumatoid arthritis, but then I also thought it was a really good idea to increase the dosage on my ADHD medication. And so I have been struggling with high blood pressure all week, which is not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. And I realized that, you know, when my blood pressure is high, I am super grumpy. So I've been like snapping at people, or not even at people, just like, you know, because I'm work at home by myself, so I just get sort of snappy about things. Can anyone relate to that? I don't know, but yeah. So it's been a really weird week. Luckily, I am finally, like, we figured out what the issue is. It seems to be the ADHD medication that caused the spike in my blood pressure, which I'm really glad, because I would like to give this RA medication a chance, you know? Oh, Debbie, my gosh. Debbie's like going to be done next week. She's on block 100 already. I'm still in the teens. Over here, but that's okay, because this project for me is just the fun project, you know? It's not the one that I've got to get done on any sort of deadline. As a matter of fact, this morning I was thinking, well, how long before I change the name of this group to just, you know, I don't know, chatty sew along or something. And yeah, Debbie is just so quick. Good morning, Bobbin girl. It's so nice to see everyone again. I'm so glad you all came back today. And, oh, you know what? Before I forget, like and subscribe. I'm pretty sure you guys are all already like ahead of me on this, but you know, I always forget to say that. But it does help. It does help it push out to people. You guys were so great last time. The last live I did in the morning, I haven't checked recently, but it had well over 1,000 views, which I thought was really great, especially for the replay, because, you know, there are about 40 of you that were here, and so that was amazing. So thank you all for, you know, pushing that button and doing all those things to interact with the video and make sure that lots of people got to see it. Oh, Laura, you're in cloudy Montana. Goodness. you know, who was I talking to yesterday? Terry? Was it you, Terry? It was no, 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 no. It was my friend Amy Dement. We were talking yesterday, and she was saying it was cloudy in Texas, and I said, well, you know, we'll be getting that weather any day now. It is the second day in a row. We sort of, it's a little bit like a hazy, sunshiny day, but we're supposed to get up to 77 degrees today. That's crazy. I'm so excited. I literally this morning was like, oh, maybe I can take the plastic off of the windows now. Old house problems. We live in a historic district, so I can't, so we have to keep our windows the original windows, and at least in the front of the house. And uh, that's where my bedroom is. So no changing the windows in there. Bobby Girl says, you're still cutting. 100 blocks, I'm still cutting. Yes, same. I just love the houses too, Michelle. I just love these. They make me happy. I got so many fun comments about last time. Who was it? One person said they were watching Hawaii Five-0 while they were making the blocks, so they were calling it beach houses, which I thought was very cute. Does anyone have a theme for theirs, or you're just using scraps? What are you doing for your houses? So for me, you guys know, like I'm doing sort of ombre sky from light to dark, and just they're scrappy. They're whatever I feel like putting together. Oh, Jamie, it's still cloudy and rainy in Kentucky. Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that one. We had cloudy and rainy for, gosh, like it felt like it was just has been cloudy and rainy for like 2 weeks. And I know we've had sunshine mixed in there, but then again, I don't always get out and about on the days that it's sunny. So, and it's still been cool. All right, I'm gonna try and do some roofs. Oh, and if you're new here and you need me to go over the how to do the blocks, let me know. But I think everybody here so far is a pro or working on something else. So there you go. I am gonna attempt to make this the correct way, unless it could have been cut wrong too. No, it looks like it just was, I sewed it wrong. Such a silly girl sometimes. Oh, Debbie says these look like little Brighton Beach bathing houses in Melbourne. What is it? It's Victoria. Is that what VIC stands for in Australia? You're rainy and dreary in New York, which is a huge improvement over the endless snow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it has been a winter, hasn't it? I will definitely take the warm up here because good golly. We had that crazy ice storm followed by over 10 inches of snow 2 weeks later. So, oops, how do I gotta figure this out? My, so I've got like one of those things for my foot pedal that is supposed to make it so it doesn't slide, except that it slides. It's very frustrating. I might just ditch it. But it scooches over as I'm sewing, and then every once in a while I'll step on it, and I'll step on the little left button, left pedal that cuts. Oh, yuck. Yes, now, that's a 4-letter word. Terry, did you get any snow this year in Texas? I know last year you did. But such a pain. And then, you know, I also was thinking, so I'm going to throw this out to those of you who have a good sewing machine set up, but I am looking for suggestions. Now, my table is high, so I've got like a counter height cutting table. It's a koala cabinet, and it is basically cutting height. And so my chair needs to be sort of like a bar stool. And the secondary problem is that most bar stools have sort of that like part that sticks out for the base where the legs are, or wheels or whatever. And most of those I can't get close enough to the table to be comfortable with that, and so I find myself leaning forward. I actually found like a vintage bar stool that has straight legs, and it's relatively comfortable, but I find that I'm still sort of, maybe I just need to drop my sewing machine into the table, which I have not done currently, because that would make it a little bit closer to the front. But it's still just not the most comfortable to sit for very long. And so I was wondering if anyone had sort of a similar setup. I know I'm sort of weird that I've got this high sewing table, but if anyone has any suggestions for comfortable chairs that maybe have a better support, I would much appreciate it, because I will definitely be upgrading this chair at some point this year for sure, because I'm just doing way too much sewing and it's not incredibly comfortable. Yes, I agree, Debbie, and I can do it. I haven't gotten since I haven't. This is an older machine, and so I'll need to order probably an acrylic drop-in for it. And I just haven't gotten around to doing that and doing the measuring and all that stuff, because certainly I'm going to have to do a special order for that for this table, since it's like they don't make the table anymore. And the sewing machine actually is like not being made anymore either. And I know I can order the custom cutout, but it involves, you know, measuring and math and all that stuff. So, and disposable income, which, you know, is, you know, hit or miss around here lately. So, but that's the goal anyway, for me to do that. All right, that looks much better. I have thought about getting the saddle stool as well. There was actually one someone was selling on Facebook Marketplace that I thought might be a good one to try, but I don't think it was tall enough, so I need to get a taller one, which I know they make. So I've contemplated that, but I haven't tried it, and I do have like a lot of back issues. So, you know, so my back gets really uncomfortable. I can't sit for a very long time to sew, and if I do, I get pain. You know, I deal with pain. So, which color do I want to do? I'm going to do an orange. I'm going to swap it out. Let's see. You handily dispose of all of your income. I love that, Debbie. And Laura says, I use a secretarial chair. Good lower back support and no arms. Huh. That's interesting. I'm going to look that up after we get off, because that seems like a really good option. So Robin says, I have the same table. I have a tall chair for an architect. Architectural. I'm going to write this down so I remember to look it up, because, you know, my ADHD medication is not fully working today. So, all right, so I'm going to look up architectural chairs and secretarial chairs. Okay. Yeah, I love this table. And after what it took to get it upstairs, I don't have the option to get rid of the table anytime soon. As a matter of fact, this table will probably just be left in the house after we're gone, because yeah, it was bare. And you know, I live in a house that's 110 years old, and it the stairwell, while it's not incredibly small, it's got one of those like short little, what's it called, where you have to turn, and with a landing, and the landing's less than 3 feet wide, and so getting a big table upstairs was not great. I have a tall table too, an old drafting table. I picked up a rolling saddle stool and have it on the highest setting. Okay, Bobbin girl, that's great. Yeah, So I know that, you know, the saddle stools sort of put you in the right position and they are supposed to, you know, be super comfortable for working for long periods of time. I just haven't tried one and I've been a little bit anxious to, you know, is it worth the investment when you haven't tried them? And they used to have them at market where we used to be able to like try them, and I do remember sitting on one for a little bit to see what it was like. But, you know, I wasn't doing anything with my arms, I wasn't near a table or anything like that, and so I still was a little bit like, okay, will this be the right solution or not? And I think at the time, I think actually at the time I still did have a tall table. I feel like I've always had a tall table. There was only a short period of time where when we moved to Colorado, that had I had one of those, I feel like it was Arrow that made the folding tables that, they're white. I actually still have it. It's white and the legs fold and you can like bring it with you to retreat and stuff like that. So I had one of those, which actually was really great because it fit perfectly over this armchair that we had, so I could actually sit in a cushy armchair and so while I was watching TV. But I don't sew downstairs anymore. You know, it's all up here, and so I've sort of set that table up for my youngest who lives at home still, and they have a Bernina, so I've set it up for them so that they can sew if and when they want to. Although they tend to just use my machine now because my machine's always set up and ready to go. So, oh y'all, I have to hem pants. I have to hem pants this week. Can you all just like give me support? My mother-in-law, I guess my father-in-law must have bought the wrong pants and bought like regular, and she's now petite, and I have to do 7 inches off the bottom of these pants. My big cutting table is a workbench from Harbor Freight with pegboard back so I can hang my oh, that sounds fabulous. I used to have a table that was a store display, and it was 3 feet wide by 6 feet long, and it had shelves underneath for like sweaters and things like that. And it was on wheels. That was the best table. I had to sell it when we moved to Colorado, and I can't even tell you how glad I was when we sold it, because it like took a while to have it listed. And then the woman who showed up had like a nerdy sewing themed shirt on, and I was so happy. She was a garment sewist, and so I was just glad that she was very excited. So it's nice when you pass things on and it's something that people love. Oh my gosh. Jamie, your husband builds, oh, that's lucky. You are a very lucky woman. And Debbie said 2 words for hemming success: dry cleaner. Yeah, my friend yesterday was saying, you know, dry cleaners will hem pants for $16. And I didn't know if that was true, but I thought, oh, well, that's an option, is it not? Nah, I'll just do it. My dad has done so much for me. I will suck it up and hem the pants. And I actually also have to do a skirt that he brought over, a skirt that has a handkerchief hem, and wanted me to hem that. And then I finally realized that the waistband on it is just elastic thread, like 3 rows of elastic thread, so it's just sort of gathered, and the elastic is going. And so I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother with the handkerchief hem. I'm going to shorten the top of it and just fix the waistband with the elastic hem, give fresh elastic, and then she'll be able to use that skirt for much longer, I think. Because it would kill me if I had to do all that work of a handkerchief hem and then the elastic waist went. Ugh, yuck. I never learned how to do any sort of you know, tailoring. So that's like not my, it's not my jam. It's bad enough that I'm sort of completely self-taught on all the quilting stuff, you know? So I don't know if I should say bad enough. It's great. I've gotten this far in my life being almost completely self-taught. I am trimming up my little roofs that I just did. I need to do some more, I feel like I need to do some more bases and some more roofs, and then I can. How are you all doing this? Are you all just like making them one by one, or are you cutting a bunch and then sewing a bunch and batch sewing things? What are you doing? I'm just curious. I think I need to put a different cutting mat next to my table. I love this little press and, I don't know what it's called, this press and cut by Quilter Select, except it's not as slippy as the regular one. And I know I've got a small one that I can use. So oh yeah, I just figured that, you know, it's gonna go. Like I could tell, like it's that at that point where it's just not bouncing back like it had been. Oh my goodness, there's fire trucks making a lot of noise, so hopefully you can't hear that, but it is coming close. Ooh, that was loud. Very, very loud. Okay, so let's see. What am I going to do today for roofs? I've got this pretty blue one. I think that one might actually work really well. Ooh, I think I just found a roof for the cute orange. I think that would be good. So I think I'll do that. You're flitting around. Debbie says she's flitting around ADHD style. Cut a few houses, stitch a few roofs, cut some roofs, make some houses. Yeah. I clearly had a fun time doing the fronts of the houses because I've got way more of those than anything else. But I had such cute fabric. I had, you know, so much like Heather Ross and cute things that I went crazy with the houses. Lots of Dear Stella in here, I think, too. Well, maybe not lots, but a bit of Dear Stella. I realized I have an entire box of charm squares, and I don't know what I did with it. I put it in a nice box so that it would be like really neat, but it was a cardboard box that I couldn't see through, which is not usually my style. Yeah, that's good. I like I always figure if I'm not sure what to do, add denim. So that's a good one. Is it a purple? No, it wasn't purple, but it was sort of denim blue. Sort of denim blue. Could do that one there. Oh, unless I want to do that. No, that might be too much gingham. Is there such a thing? We'll do that one. So I've now added 3 tops to my UFO pile. 3 tops. So I got that going for me. Oh, and speaking of tops, Debbie did a Terry says it's a good compliment to the orange. You know, color. Woo! Yep, indeed, color. Debbie did a quilting tutorial for the Heart Pop quilt, and she has offered to also do a quilting tutorial for this village quilt sew along. And so if you are not following Debbie Brown, you should be. And I'm gonna go grab a link to her page and drop it so that you all can make sure to follow Debbie. And I liked Debbie's tutorial on quilting the Heart Pop quilt so much that I actually bought a bunch of Debbie's stencils, and they are arriving today, Debbie. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Well, you know what? It's helpful to spell Debbie's name correctly. I think it may have autocorrected because I never spell Debbie with an IE anymore. I'm going to grab the, oh, it's going to play. It's going to play. No, whew, okay. All right, I'm dropping Debbie's channel in the chat for y'all to follow. I know that you could probably just click on her, but also I don't think that, I'm not sure that you all can tag her, so. I love it when USPS does its job too, especially because they haven't been doing their job too well lately. I heard a rumor that like they cut back on hours for the postal workers, and so they can't get all the mail delivered, but I'm not sure if that's true. However, I do know that my regular mail guy has not been here every day, and I'm not exactly sure why. I haven't had a chance to grab him. Like, I haven't seen him when he has arrived, so we've had like this mishmash of postal delivery people, and it's not been great. As a matter of fact, one of my neighbors has a big Great Dane, and their next door neighbor, the postal worker told them that they weren't going to deliver mail to the next door neighbor because they were afraid of the dog next door. Like, how does that make any sense? Your mom spelled your name wrong. She did not. She did not. She just made a choice that the Y looks cute. I mean, why did my brain just go blank? Debbie Boone. Isn't Debbie Boone spelled D-E-B-B-Y as well? And I should know this because, like, I know her. She actually went to my church when I lived in LA. So, I should know. Is that too? That's a little wild for that one. Alright, is this one too wild? I kind of like the orange. I kind of like to pick up the orange in the flowers, but I feel like it doesn't quite go. I feel like that's a bit much for such a subdued block. Let's see if I've got a different orange. And the other orange I've got has like asteroids on it, and I don't think that's a good idea. I could do seahorses, but I feel like that's not right either. Maybe I'll just move on to a different one. What do you guys think? Which one do you love, Terry? You like the first one? The big orange one with the dots, the big circles? That one? I could be compelled to keep that. I do think it's a little wacky though. Bold choices are good. Jamie said, my mom spelled my name wrong too. Mine is spelled like a boy's name. Oh, yeah. I think my youngest would say that I spelled their name wrong, but then again, they just didn't like the name. So, thus, part of the reason why I needed to make new Christmas stockings for everyone is everyone's changing their name. There's a lot of name changing happening over here. You met. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I have the opposite. I have everyone tries to spell my name differently. Oh, thank you, Danelle. I'm so glad you subscribed to Debbie. Um, the Oh, and I'm going to be going live on Danelle's channel, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I think that's right. Is that right, Danelle? The 15th, whatever Sunday the 15th is. Um, yeah, this is what, 7, 8, yeah, 15th. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So I need to make a post about that. Make sure I remember to give a shout out on my next 2 videos. So everybody always wants to spell my name with an E, or they call me Stacy, which just is another problem of its own. I don't get too insulted when it's Stacy, but I do get a little insulted when they spell my name wrong. Not sure why. Okay. All right, Terry. This is Terry's block. We're just going to call it Terry's block. Came out cute. I like the little orange pops in the door, so I can't wait to see how Debbie's going to quilt this. It's going to be super fun. Let's see. Sort of going through the pile. Ooh, I could probably do a green roof on one of these. That'll be cute. That's an option. Let's see. I like that. Cute. These houses are just adorable. And I'm actually really enjoying the way that you do the flying geese for the roof. It's nice. I'm sort of embracing the, you know, make a unit like that oversized and then trim it down thing. Forget, Terry, was it you and me talking about, I don't know if it was you and me or not, or if I was even having a conversation about this, but I'm pretty sure I did. But so when I was working on magazines like Quilt Maker and Quick and Easy Quilts and all that, McCall's Quilting, the rule at Golden Peak Media and F&W before that was that we never oversized units. They were cut usually triangles, or if they were if we were doing 4 at a time or 2 at a time or something like that, they were exact. And it drove me crazy because I just feel like that's not the trend anymore. That's not what people do. When those magazines, especially McCall's and Quillmaker, were started, they still use templates for everything. And so I just feel like things have progressed far enough now that people now are used to not cutting a 7/8 inch square to cut a triangle for this. So, ooh, Debbie's, oh, you have thoughts on the quilting. You said clamshells to mimic the roof tiles. Yes, maybe even doorknobs. Flying kites and kite tails. That's also good. Terry said, yes, we were talking about oversizing the blocks and trimming them down. I'm oversizing quilt block units I'm working on and trimming down for better accuracy. Yes. Yes, I like the accuracy that it provides, and so I'm sort of agreeing with that too. However, I'm also enjoying just cutting triangles and doing the stitch and flip instead of having the extra. Janelle says prefer oversizing than trimming down to correct size. Yes. Okay, so this one I got a little cute little house. I kind of wish that I had done a different color than this bright green in the middle because the roof matches the daisy centers, but you know, it doesn't bother me enough to take it out. So, ooh, that would be cute. All right, this is the next one. We're doing some gingham with the daisies as well. Got lots of flowers, lots of mermaids in my quilts. I didn't think too much about the roof color of the mermaid ones, and I probably could have done something fun with that. Like maybe made the background color like a water print so that the mermaids could be under the water in the houses. I don't know. I think of this now. After I've already probably made all of those blocks. But that could have been fun. I don't know how many blocks I've got done now, but I've gotten a few done. So that's good. Is anyone not working on the house blocks? Are they working on other quilts right now? Debbie says, one designer I follow religiously does the exact size and I change every one of her patterns when I make it. My one hard and fast rule of quilting, your quilt, your rules. 100%, Debbie. And I do that too sometimes. It's just a little frustrating when, you know, if you buy like a kit and it comes with a pattern like that, because then you've got to like either you've got to plan for extra. Oh, it's so funny. I was going to go with blue for the roof, but look how cute this is. I'm going to do this color instead. Yeah, that's definitely what that one's going to be. Terry says she's quilting. Actually, I'm cleaning my machine because I broke a needle. Ooh, oopsie. Oh, Shannon! I'm so glad that you said hello. I didn't even know you were here. Unless I missed you before and you said hello. I'm sorry about that. Please give your lovely husband a hug from me. And, but Shannon, what are you working on anything these days? Any pattern? Oh, I should have brought up, I got a new, maybe I'll do a video of a sort of like unboxing. I didn't do my haul from QuiltCon, so I feel like I should do that. But I also got a box from, It's So Emma again, Fat Quarter Shop. And they sent me some Lori Holt things, Debbie. Some new Lori Holt things. It's a couple patterns, and they're cute. So. I feel like I need to show those because I don't even know if they're available yet. They probably are if I got them, but yay! Super cute! Let's see. Disobey those patterns too. 100%. Because we know better, right? We know what we like. Oh, Jackie, working on a t-shirt quilt. That's fun. I have made 3 t-shirt quilts. At least 2. And those are a lot, but so nice. Yes, Lori Holt, Debbie. I just love it. They're cute patterns too. I can't remember. I got it. I opened it up and then I put it aside because I wanted to show it on the channel, and so I can't remember off the top of my head if it was applique. I'm pretty sure that one was pieced, and I think maybe one was applique. So, oh, you're working on 1 million baby quilts. Currently, the Dragon Dreams pattern and a Susie Quilts pattern. Ooh, I don't think I know the Dragon Dreams one. Do I? Wait, did you send me a picture of that one? I feel like you did. I feel like you texted me a photo of that. I should actually fix mine. I'm sorry, I'm going to move you down a little bit. I feel like you did. And the funny thing, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, I remember wanting to make a quilt like that back in the 90s, and I didn't know how to do it because I didn't have enough knowledge about quilting. Oh, Debbie says, came home from a business trip yesterday to a primitive gatherings package. Swoon. Indeed. You usually do the primitive gatherings things, don't you? Just gorgeous. So, yeah. So I really want to get going on my scrappy trip around the world next because it's almost done. Like it's so close to done. So I think I want to do that one. I also want to do some of the quilting on the patterns that I've just finished, the tops that I've just finished. I took a class with Christina Camelli while I was at QuiltCon, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Plus, I still have extra little sandwiches that I put together for practice. And so I really just want to sort of get my machine. I've not done free motion quilting. I've only done like, there was one day that Terry challenged us to do free motion quilting, and so I did on my machine, but I hadn't set it up properly. And so I want to like do all the things, learn how to set it up properly and get the hang of that. Plus the scrappy trip around the world, I kind of think I want to quilt in the hoop because I'm not so attached to a quilting design. I think it just needs an like an edge to edge. And so I think I might just practice doing in the hoop quilting with that one. So those are my thoughts. And then I think my Fabric Addiction is coming out with some baby quilts, and there's a strawberry quilt pattern that my youngest thought was gorgeous, and so I might do that one. Let's see. Primitive Gatherings is the triangle flying geese pattern. Writer, I dissipate. I wondered. I thought that might be the case. Unless I'm with Lisa at her retreat center, then I'm an obedient student. I love that. Sometimes we've got to make, a good impression of people. Like, right? So, totally get that. Let's see. I might need another blue roof. Let's see, what would look cute with this one? See, I'm working on another orange one, so I've got to find the right kind of roof for that one. Or else I should probably just move on to a different one because I've already got roofs made for that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move on and not stress about it. I'm going to finish these that I've already got done. This is my brain. Welcome to my brain. Oh, goodness. And Shannon, if you're still here, is Keenan sewing anything? Keenan usually does clothing. So, got a bunch of my kiddos that sew. It's nice. That'd be crazy. No. When you look at it and you go, is that too much? Is that not enough? I don't know. It's not bad. Auditioning, It's kind of cute. I might go with it. Unless we find something different. Ooh, that one's a busy one. Look how busy this one is. I was clearly in a very bright mood that day. I don't know what kind of roof I'm going to do for that one. Oh, I think I just found it. I think this one might need the asteroid roof. That's what I think. Oops, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Currently, he's got some stuff on his to-do. Not currently, he's got some. Do I have to give him a little shove? He needs to take time to do some sewing. Because it's fun. Okay, cool. I like it too, Terry. It's funny when you just embrace the chaos, huh? Sometimes I enjoy embracing the chaos. Sometimes I feel like, oh no, that's too much. All right, so I got about 10 more minutes before I have to run out to go pick up my groceries and then go get ready for my meeting. That's at noon. But I have a question for you all. would you guys be interested in making this like a weekly thing? Because I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. I think it would be fun if it was weekly. Not as many people showed up to the nighttime one as I thought. And plenty of people watched the replay of the last time we did a morning one. So I'm just wondering if I just do mornings and skip the evening one because I'm always so tired at that time. The asteroid is perfect. There you go. I think that came out cute. I like it. We'll go with it. Should I count and see how many I've done or just make a few more? I'm going to make a few more. You want to do it weekly? Okay. It'll just be me and you, Debbie. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Plus, it forces me to do... See, this is my... I already said this, I know. This is my fun project. It's not like one that I feel like is on a deadline. And so it's kind of nice to just play. Like, I am in no rush to get this quilt done. I'm okay with it just being my every once in a while fun thing. I like that. I think I'm going to do that. Jamie says yes, weekly too. Yay! I just realized that y'all have like little crowns next to your names. Who's number one? I bet it's Danelle. Danelle is number one, and Debbie is number two, and Jamie is number three. You all have crowns. I'm still such a noob to the YouTube things. It kind of cracks me up because I'm like, what is that? What is that when all of a sudden, you know, it gives you like confetti? I was like, what is the confetti? And then I realized it was like my video was the top video with views. I was like, oh, okay, that's fun. It gives you a little party. And I'm guessing you guys are all the people who keep commenting the most. Terry, you got to catch up. All right, Marie says weekly too. And Debbie says, I'm not in a rush, but it's on the top of the stack until it's done. Yeah, and you keep having the fun thing where you're just like cutting up at night and working on it. Bomb Girl says weekly. I only work on this project here. Yeah, okay. See, same. I only work on this while we're here too. The numbers will change as we post, so watch out, Danelle. If I get chatty, I'll bump you to number 2. I love it. Oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. I should have been paying attention because on last time it was the nighttime one. Like all of my kids showed up, and one of their like friends who I've known since they were like 10, and now they're like gotta be like 34-ish or something like that. And he joined because he was driving home in his car, and it was stuck in traffic, and so they weren't even doing like 5 miles per hour, so he was listening to the stream. And so we got to talking about gaming and all kinds of funny things like that. It was kind of hilarious. But Debbie, what's the thing above the door called again? Transom? Transom. I matched the transom to the roof, sort of. So, Danelle says, what about me? Danelle, you are currently number 1. And so Debbie's trying to beat you and be number 1 and knock you down to number 2. I wonder if is it just for the one live that you're currently in, or does it count over multiple lives? That's what I'd like to know. Because I feel like Danelle is here like every single time, no matter what time of day it is, because she's awesome like that. I want to find one that needs yellow because I need to get rid of this yellow. That's not the right yellow though. The yellow doesn't quite match the fish, and now I have a problem with that. Nope, don't like that either. Hmm. I might need to pull out Terry's book on color. Pick a good color for that one. Ooh, what about that pink one? Close. I'm not sure the pink is right. You know how this gets? This gets really ridiculous. You do. Yes, you do, Danelle. You chat a bunch. You're nice. You say hello to everyone, which is really nice. Gauntlet thrown. You guys are funny. Uh... Yeah, JOBs always get in the way, don't they? They really do. It's kind of lame. It would be nice if, like, we were all just independently wealthy and didn't have to worry about a JOB. I was go someday, but then it's not like I'm playing the lottery. Ooh, that might work for that one. Too pink. Too much pink. Is there such a thing as too much pink? I don't know. Do I have any more orange? I don't. Yes, I have one. I'm gonna do that one. Got a fishy one. I'm gonna put a seahorse roof on it. Some of these, when I was making these years ago, whatever, 10 years ago, my seam allowance was not always entirely consistent. It looks like maybe I switched feet or something like that. I hate when that happens. But I tell you, my seam allowance on this machine is getting very good. Like, now that I've figured out certain things, you know how it is with a new machine? You got to figure out the seam allowance. It's been great to figure it out. Let's see. Working, Janelle says I'm working right now. Just keep my volume super low so I cannot be heard in my work calls. Yes, it is like I know you guys. Yes. Oh, Debbie says my JOB is teaching quilting, so I'm away from home or traveling there or back. I did not know that Paula thought that pink was a neutral. I did not know that, Terry. I always remember that, oh, what's her name? Oh, I could picture her face. She always said red was a neutral. Remember who I'm talking about? And I think she liked red and white polka dots, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe she had red and white polka dot glasses. Who am I thinking of? I wish I was sewing, but I'm at the gym. Hey, the gym, you got to take care of your body. So, you go. Definitely have a good workout. And I'm proud of you for, like, actually watching YouTube and stream while you're at the gym. That's probably, I would probably be more successful at the gym if I actually watched sewing videos while I was there. That seems like a really good idea. I saw the funniest video that I shared to my stories on Instagram the other day, which was this person saying that said, people say that I talk about sewing too much, but I have other hobbies. Like, I watch sewing videos, and I buy fabric, and I look at my fabric. It was pretty funny. I can't remember all the things now, but it made me laugh. It's not bad. Freddie Moran. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Freddie Moran is who I was thinking of, although Jamie Fingal is a good guess, Debbie. Because I bet Jamie would say something like that as well. But Freddie Moran was totally who I was thinking of. All right, what do we think of this one? I'm not sure. I feel like I wish the sky was darker. I'm just not sure. Is it too light for that dark house? Maybe it needs to be nighttime. No, no. I also have this that I could do. I'm just not sure. There we go. I can't tell how I'm holding this. Not sure, not sure. Do it. Which one should I do, Terry? Janelle says, like to call my job on Thursdays, day 4 of the hostage situation. Oh no. Oh man, that's funny though. Good golly, have I been there? I have been there. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just all sit around and sew all day and not worry about having a job or making money? Wouldn't that be good? Now, see, in my brain, now my brain is singing Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. If you know, you know. But then again, that song has been stuck in my head for days. Now I need some purple roofs. Oh, I can make that one match the transom could match the roof. All right. Oh, it's 11:02. All right, I'm gonna count how many blocks I've done, and then I am gonna wrap this up so I can go pick up my groceries. Did I clean out my fridge? No, did not. I did not, so I still have a bunch of things to do. Like 20 more years until I get to retire. I don't even know when I'll get to retire. That would be nice. Debbie says, fortunately, I love my job. Talking about quilting and hanging out with quilters is fabulous. Oh, Jackie says, I just retired from nursing. It's blissful. Oh, so lucky. Very, very lucky. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Boy, I just found more roofs. Dang it. 24. 24, I think, unless I counted wrong. They were a little bit stuck together, but I got 24 now. So that means I got 11 done today. So I'm happy about that. Terry says, I love talking quilts and color and free motion quilting like it's my job. 100%. Me too. That's why I started a YouTube channel, because I'm used to talking to myself, and somebody else might as well hear what I have to say. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. It's nice. We will do this. You have 105 houses. Well done. Well done. Applause for everyone. And, you know, even if you are just listening, good for you too. And if you get time to even just make one or do one seam, that's more than you got done yesterday, right? So it just adds. So it's nice. It's the one place where, you know, I can put something together and it stays together generally. So Debbie, you don't say only. Terry, wonder if I should write a book. Well, you already did, and maybe you should write another one. So, all right. I will set this up for next Thursday. I will see you all then. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's so much fun talking to you. Oh, you have an amazing day too, Danelle. Everyone have an amazing day. I hope that everything is just wonderful. So, ooh, you got your crown. There you go, Terry. Bam. Crowns indeed. Oh, Jackie, yes, I agree. The chat is wonderful. Everyone have a great day.